Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. Salam alaikum everyone. I like to share a few words with you, and inshallah if you heard this statement you may help with some comments or feedback. As I was driving back home this evening, today was Friday and I had Friday prayer and busy day. Driving home, reflecting on the situation of our youth in community and in society in general. Although in our community we have so many cases of success story of the youth who've been very successful in their education, in their faith, spirituality, forming family, contributing to the community and country. But in the last 4 or 5 years, we have had some tragic cases and sad situations where we lost a big number of our youth in our community, either physically or spirituality. Either because of sickness like heart attack and cancer, car accident, and other tragic situations. They lost their lives, or sometimes because of unfortunate things like drugs and alcohol, depression, suicide, mental disorder. So it is really sad, and our thoughts and prayers go to the families who went through these pains and suffering of losing their young children, boys or girls. And as I was thinking that, subhanallah, the parents, they expect to raise their kids and they grow up and take care of their parents and showing kindness and service to their family. The parents don't expect to see the body of their son or their daughter or participate in funeral and bury the body of their loved ones. This demonstrates a sadness and also a reflection. We need to put our minds together and hearts together to see that how we as a community can help one another and work together, whether at the family level or mosques or schools and other institutions related to the family and to the youth, to stop this, to avoid from these kinds of tragedies. We at the Islamic House of Wisdom, obviously, we are ready to do whatever we can to help the youth, to have a conversation with them, to have education, to share with them our understanding and awareness and vision that we have for our community and for the youth. But we need the encouragement from the families. I mean, if the families never go to the mosque and never care about the spiritual health of their children, then the mosque, we don't have policemen, we don't have court, we don't have force. We cannot exercise any discipline over the kids and over the youth if we cannot communicate with them. And there is so much we can do, but obviously we are ready 24/7 in any situation that even emergency situation, many times the parents, they call me or they call the office and they want to bring their children to have a conversation and answer their questions, answer their concerns, and we are happy to do that with humbleness and with sincerity. We are available to offer our services as a member of the community. But my advice for the youth always is that in this critical time that we go through this new technology and Facebook and internet and text message and all these friends around and the media, it is important to focus on your faith, your connection with the Creator, and your iman and your faith really matters. The power of your prayer. The prayer is powerful. Prayer is able to protect you, protect your soul. So don't miss this gift of faith and gift of prayer and communication with God that is the source of healing and the source of peace and source of love and source of success and prosperity and advancement in our life. This is very, very important to understand that faith really matters. Of course, family, whether the parents and brothers and sisters in the family, or forming a family, our youth should take the issue of marriage very, very seriously, and establishment of the family. من تزوج فقد أحرز نصف دينه. So through marriage you can save your soul and establish modesty as we believe in our faith. Obviously education matters a lot. What I mean by education is both scientific education to get your degree, to complete your education, get graduation, and in all different fields of science, whether it's medical or whether it's law school or whether it's a journalism or whether it's a political science or it's about business, technology, computer, in any areas, and especially the areas of education that are important, not just for your living and making money, but also as contribution to the community and country. How can you be a source of service for the sake of humanity and bringing light and wisdom and awareness and understanding among people? So when we deal with education, we shouldn't just deal with education with like selfish feeling, but also think about the others. But another part of education, though, is our spiritual education, reading the Quran, reading Nahj al-Balagha, getting familiar with traditions of Prophet Muhammad, and be educated both in reason and religion, in science and faith. There is a hadith from Imam Sadiq alayhi salam that he was talking about the youth, and he said, لست أحب أن أرى الشباب منكم إلا غاديا في حالين إما عالما أو متعلما فإن لم يفعل فرط وإن فرط ضيع أو ضيع وإن ضيع أثم وإن أثم سكن النار. He said that I don't like to see a young person who is not educated. He said every young person should either be educated, be alim, be a scholar, be learned, and completed his education. And if he is not at that level, at least be at the level of studying and learning. So if he is not involved with knowledge and he's not learning and he doesn't care about education, then really that is a serious sin. Imam considered that as extremism, as a waste of time, as a big loss, as a serious sin, that the consequences for that is hell. Hell not just in the sense of punishment at the day of judgment, but the hell of ignorance, the hell of poverty, the hell of corruption. We know that so many youth, they got lost because the absence of education. When someone lacks education, that person lacks the opportunities and options in this life and cannot make a right decision for himself, for herself, for the society. Another advice that always I share with the youth is moral values and righteousness, with the concept of taqwa. If you look at the Holy Quran, more than 90 times, actually 91 times, the word ittaqullah, have taqwa. And taqwa not in a sense of just do your prayer and fast in Ramadan, go to Hajj, but taqwa in a sense of your mind and your heart and your soul be protected and achieving piety and humbleness. So it is very important. And to achieve this righteousness, we need to do a jihad, what the Holy Prophet called it al-jihad al-akbar, the real jihad, and that is the internal struggle, because there is a very heavy battle within us between our intellect and our appetites, the desires that we have. So we have the energy and the power, the faculty of reason, rationality, and intellect in one side, and then we have the army of ignorance, the army of desires, the army of anger and temptations on the other sides. So it is very, very important that we give wisdom a chance to win this internal war and in this serious jihad. And if we do that, we achieve that power of piety and actually the righteousness that I was talking about when the Quran says قل للمؤمنين يغضوا من أبصارهم ويحفظوا فروجهم وقل للمؤمنات أن يغضضن من أبصارهن ويحفظن فروجهن. That level of modesty or moral values that we are people of peace and people of patience and people of love, people of respect. and also people of responsibility, obviously. That's another element in our life, the sense of responsibility. There is a hadith from Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him. He said that inna lillahi malakan yunadi fi kulli laylatin ya abna al-ishrin jiddu wajtahidu. There is a special angel, a special ambassador from heaven, from kingdom of Allah, who calls the youth every night, every day, and especially those who are at the age of 20, those who are in their 20s, and says that jiddu wajtahidu, take your life seriously, be responsible about your life. Humanity is about responsibility, so these issues should be very, very serious. Another point that many times I share with the youth brothers and sisters is that be very, very selective about your friend, as you are selective about your food. You know that junk food is harmful for your health. The same thing about junk friends. Now what we hear a lot about peer pressure, the pressure from friends. So the influence of the friend and chatting with the friends and spending time with friends. It is very, very important that who is our friend? Is Prophet Muhammad is our friend, Imam Ali is our friend, Ahlul Bayt are our friend. Do we choose as our friends the youth who are moral model and they are successful in their life, they are intellectual, they are spiritual, they are positive, and they are confident, they are creative, they are contributing to the community and to the country, they are able to communicate right, they are faithful, they have connection with God, they are responsible people, they are strong. So it's really important that what kind of food we eat and what kind of friends we choose. Thinking about life in general, that's another point. That really, what is the purpose of life? Why are we here? Was it that God created us for no reason, or there was really purpose for this life? What is the purpose of life? Is it just for us to eat and drink and have fun, or life has a higher goal? The Quran says, لِيَعْبُدُونَ. We were created to not follow the commandment of our Creator, the orders and the commandments that are in the best interest of us, in the best interest of our soul, best interest of our body, best interest of our happiness in this life. And at the same time, the لِيَعْبُدُونَ, the concept of ibadah, means obedience, but at the same time it means to serve God, but also to serve humanity. God doesn't need our service in the sense of need, but serving God is serving his creation, and be people of action. So when we get the education, when we have faith, when we have family, when we are in right environment, and when we understand the purpose of life, that this life is short and we are not going to stay here for a long time. We are not going to be young forever. We are not going to have ability or access to money all the time. These are temporary things that the Prophet told Abu Dhar, Ya Abu Dhar, اغتنم خمسا قبل خمس. شبابك قبل هرمك وصحتك قبل سقمك وفراغك قبل شغلك وصحتك قبل سقمك وحياتك قبل مماتك. All of these opportunities that we have, these are temporary opportunities and temporary gifts that we have to use it for our life and to get motivated and energized to continue this journey of life and get to our final destination, and that is satisfaction of Allah and satisfaction of our soul. يا أيتها النفس المطمئنة ارجعي إلى ربك راضية مرضية فادخلي في عبادي وادخلي جنتي. So the concept of service is very important, that this is really the purpose of our life, and through service we become Khalifatullah. Through the service we receive Ridwanullah. Through the service we get a position even higher than paradise, where Ridwanullah, the pleasure of our Creator, is even more important than a place called paradise. So these are briefly the things that I like you to reflect on them: the faith, the family, the morality, the piety, education, action, service, marriage, finding good friends, and continue your journey in Sirat al-Mustaqim. And at the same time, another point that I think is point number 10 is that standing for justice. And I think if the young generation doesn't do that, who else we expect? We are living in a world full of injustice. Look at, as a matter of fact, today in the Friday prayer, that was my subject, and I said that when we talk about something like Islamophobia is about injustice. Racism is about injustice. Discrimination is about injustice. And how we want to deal with this problem of injustice, that we, especially the Muslims, we are victims of injustice, whether in Middle East, whether in Africa, and even in our society, in this country of freedom and country of opportunity. We see that there are so many people out of ignorance and out of looking at those people who hijacked our religion. They have prejudice against our faith. They have prejudice against our community. So there is a serious need for people to stand for justice, to call for justice, to struggle for justice. Justice was not only the dream of Martin Luther King. Justice has been the dream of humanity. All the oppressed in human history, they have been calling for justice. So we need to, especially our youth, because you know the language, you know the culture. Many of you were born in this country. You have a better opportunity than the old generation to bring this awareness, to build bridges, to get engaged with the society, to work with the system, to work with the political and social parties that they are operating in this country, and to show them that our religion is a religion of reason, our religion is a religion of justice. And when we have justice, we have everything. When you have justice, you have peace. When you have justice, you have happiness. When you have justice, you have prosperity. And injustice is evil. to call all Muslims ISIS or all Muslim Al Qaeda is a great sin of injustice, and this is evil. I was discussing today during the khutbah. I said that if KKK represent the mainstream Christianity, then ISIS and other criminals who are supported and founded by the by corrupt system and satanic systems, they represent our faith too. But we know that KKK doesn't represent the mainstream Christianity, and ISIS and other murderers, they don't represent Islam, they don't represent humanity. They lost their humanity, they lost their integrity. They are just criminals and murderers. But who can take this message and bring this light to the darkness of ignorance that exists, unfortunately, among our nation, the young generation? That is your responsibility, that is your service, to stand for justice. But justice starts from ourselves. If you are young and you are smoking, smoking is an act of injustice against your body, against your health. If la samhallah, if you drink alcohol, drinking alcohol is an act of injustice against yourself. If someone is involved in gambling, in deception, is in dishonesty, in jealousy, in sin, in acts of evil, any of these considered to be an act of injustice against ourselves. So we have to be fair to our soul and fair to our family, fair to our parents, fair to our neighbors, fair to our community, to country, and to our Creator, and to the world. So all I'm saying, just to express my sadness, my condolences to all those families that in recent years they lost their loved one, either because of sickness, physical sickness, or psychological sickness, or accidents, or drugs, or any kind of disease. We really feel sadness, and we pray for them, and God provide them with patience, and may God forgive those souls that either out of accident, or out of ignorance, or out of mistake, they lost either their life, or they lost their spirit. We ask the loving God, the compassionate God, the merciful God, to show them mercy and compassion. Saying all of these things, I feel a huge responsibility, not only as a sheikh or a servant at the Islamic House of Wisdom, or very humble member of this great community, or as a citizen of this country. I felt that as I was driving, as I said, let me share this as I get home, and talk with my friends online. And I like you, and I'm sorry if it was a little bit long, and if I was a little bit tired. I had a huge surgery in my mouth. They did a serious surgery, my teeth, and still I feel some pain. And but then I said, I have to do that, because these things tend to be a pattern now, that the death of youth in our community, and um, it breaks heart to see this youth who could be capital for this community and a source of physical and spiritual and intellectual wealth for the present and especially for the future of our community and country and humanity. They get lost, and their parents should come and see their body in the casket and bury their bodies. It's seriously heartbreaking. Please have some reflection on these humble words that I shared, and what do you think? You can say it on the video, or you can just add your comments or your feedback. Let us help one another. Let us put our minds and hearts together. Let us find solution. We know that the Quran has the general fundamental principles of guidance. We have the light. We have the light of Prophet Muhammad, who is Uswatun Hasana, is the most beautiful example of ethic and leadership and justice and honesty and love and sincerity. But we need to discover this, and we need to follow that. And we all need to do it, not just at the level of expression, but at the level of action. And we are ready at the Islamic House of Wisdom. We are ready to do any service at any level with maximum love and respect and responsibility and humbleness to help our youth and to help the families. But we need also your help. If we don't see you in Friday prayer, if we don't see you in on our services, and this Sunday, as a matter of fact, we have at 10 a.m. we have a service that we have invited on even non-Muslims, the Christians, the other faith traditions to come to the House of Wisdom and raise their questions, raise their concerns. What do they think about Islam? What do they think about this Islamophobia? Do they really feel the same fear and phobia, which is really fake and is very irrational? What do they think, and how can we help them? So we need to get together for this. I know that some of you think that, where are our masajid, or where are the sheikhs, or where are the ulama, and where are religious leaders? We have the same question for you brothers and you sisters. Where are you? We are there. We are in the mosque. We are in the community. We are there to visit people. We answer the question. We answer the phone. We answer the emails. We answer the text. We are ready to help all the time, but we need your help as well. We are in this together, and God willing, with unity and with sincerity, we can have a successful journey and be a good example, not only a Muslim community, but for the entire country. Remember that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says, فَمَنْ يَعْمَلْ مِثْقَالَ ذَرَّةٍ خَيْرًا يَرَهُ وَمَنْ يَعْمَلْ مِثْقَالَ ذَرَّةٍ شَرًّا يَرَهُ. Everything that we do, no matter how small, how tiny, whether it's good or evil, Allah would observe that, and we can see the consequences of our actions, or the good results of our actions, no matter how little or how big. It is not about the quantity only, it is about the quality, it is about the sincerity behind your actions. So again, I appreciate your patience. Sorry if it was a little bit long, but I promise to read your comments. I promise to read your feedback, and I promise that if I had anything else to add and to reply to what you say, inshallah I do that. Thank you, and have a wonderful evening and restful night. Wassalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.